So you guys, yes, you heard clearly. This new teacher route may probably be another scam by the UK government, as usual. But you guys, let's talk about this in this video. So watch to the end of this video and I'll tell you the reason why I said what I've just said. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Chinemerem. If you are stopping by for the first time, hello, you are most welcome. Please do well to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, you are more than amazing. Thank you for coming back. So there is this group that I am in, and in this group we talk about the UK and stuff like that. So in this group, a question was asked about this teacher route and what people think, and I was surprised at some people's responses. Of course, we are still waiting for some official update on how this will go about. I mean, how someone can come from Africa and start teaching in the UK, or from Asia and start teaching in the UK, knowing fully well that the curriculum here in the UK is quite different from the curriculum we are used to back home in Africa. So people are like, how would this even happen? You mean people can just come from there and start teaching here? You don't need to go through the training here in the UK, just start, apply, start, and stuff like that. So people are like, I don't think this is actually very real. So some of the people that have said that this is a scam, or it's likely to be a scam, said first of all that she thinks it will be like the care assistant one, where they said no certificate. But she knows how much she has spent trying to get these care qualifications, right? All those Florence Academy and all. And she knows how far she has tried to get this healthcare assistant job, but it's not working. And that's why she feels this one is also going to be like that one, and that's why she's of the opinion that this is actually a scam, or it's just not working. So for this one, I think it's quite different. I think it's a bit different in the sense that the care assistant one, truly, when it came up, they were like no qualifications and all. But with this one, they've specifically said that you need to be qualified. You need to be a qualified teacher. It's not in any way like the care assistant one. You can't even compare this one to the care assistant one. Another thing you will understand is that everybody will definitely not be employed on the care assistant route. We all need to get this. We need to understand this, that everybody cannot get a job and cannot be sponsored on the care assistant route. So I understand that some people are frustrated because they've applied for the care assistant one and it's not working. So, but I don't think you would use that experience or to say that you feel this one is also going to be like that. I don't think so. For teaching is more like a skilled job. Teaching is not an easy one, especially in this UK. I think before they can even take anybody, they will scrutinize you very well before they will even employ anybody on this route. So I don't think it's going to be like the care assistant one. The care assistant one, so many people got sponsored. I know a lot of people were not sponsored, but so many people were also sponsored. That was why when that care assistant one came on board, I was like, what kind of job is asking you to apply for a job and they're not even telling you you need this, you need that? All you need is just to be able to speak English. You don't know nothing else. Like, I'm like, wow. Another thing you will understand is getting a sponsored job in the UK is not easy. There are some people that you would see they got the job, you will not believe it. And there are some people that have been trying for this job and they've not gotten it, and you will still not believe it. So getting a sponsored job is mostly not easy. It's not easy, whether you are inside or outside the UK. It's just by God's grace. So it's not very easy. So I'm not in any way going to compare this to the care assistant one. It's not even comparable in any way at all. So if you're thinking, should I apply for this, or will it be like the care assistant one that I've been applying for? If you are qualified for this, please apply. You have nothing to lose, honestly. The second person said that he thinks it's a scam because asking people to pay £4,000, which is about 4 million naira, to get assessed for the QTS is like too much. Because for the assessment QTS, you have to pay some money. And from the site, they said it's from £1,500 to £4,000, and which may be more depending on the people assessing you. Yeah, for now, this is the requirement at the moment. For you to get the assessment-based QTS, you have to pay some money. After paying that money, so you have to pay for their flight to come to your country, assess you teaching in class, assess you doing one or two things, in your country. And of course, that's not going to be very cheap. It's not going to be easy. Imagine having to pay for them to come from the UK to Nigeria or to Ghana and, assess you in class, you lodge them. It's not going to be cheap, definitely. But yes, that is what is obtainable at the moment. But then this one is for people that do not meet the requirements for applying through the TRA. So if you don't meet the requirement to apply through the TRA, you may now go for this assessment-based QTS. You see why this is quite different from the care assistant one. You have to meet the requirement, you have to meet their specifications. If you don't meet it, you have to go through some processes, unlike the care assistant one. Paying 4,000 naira is for those that do not meet the requirements. Though I agree that if you don't meet the requirement and you have to pay for the assessment based one, it's not going to be very easy. It's a bit too costly. So this person was like, it's better to use the money and start studying in the UK instead of going for QTS. Well, I understand your point though, but to be honest, we don't know for sure if they would continue to ask for this money. We don't know if by next year, February, they will keep asking for £4,000 or they're about to assess you for QTS. But in my opinion, I feel that this is even cheaper to pay £4,000 instead of trying the school route. If it is a guarantee that paying that £4,000 and getting assessed would give you the job, then I think it's cheaper than actually going through the school route. My opinion though. So let's keep our fingers crossed and let's see what will happen. Someone else said that getting this QTS, like if you eventually go for the assessment based one and pay all the money to get the QTS, that she thinks is not even a guarantee you will get the job. Let's say now I go and pay for the QTS and at the end of the day, job is not coming. Oh, this one not die, yo. Because imagine paying 4 million naira for it and you don't get the job at the end of the day. Take for instance in the UK, for teaching jobs or lecturing jobs, they will just tell you if you have a PhD or if you are studying on a PhD level, you can apply to teach in the UK or to lecture in the UK. But I tell you what, if you are still doing your PhD, in most cases, getting a lecturing job, a sponsored one won't be easy. You may be able to get all those non-sponsored ones, but if you have not gotten your PhD yet and you are applying because they said you can apply because you are studying on a PhD level, it may not be that easy to come by you. You may not get the job that easily. So it is the same everywhere. So if you think paying for this QTS won't really guarantee you the job, I understand that, but it is same in every other job. Some people have done some training in their field, they've done one or two things in their field, and they've never even gotten the job in their field. So it is normal in some cases. You just have to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. So you saying that paying for the QTS is not a guarantee. It is true. Paying for QTS is not a guarantee that you will get the job. It is as simple as that. Getting this job is still very dependent on the school you are applying to. Because at the moment, what we know is based on what the UK government have said that this is their own requirement. Schools will have their own basic requirement, right? And I'm of the opinion, and I really agree, that getting a QTS is not a guarantee that you will get this job. But don't start this with doubt. If you're applying for this QTS, just tell yourself, I must get this job. I really need to get this job, honestly, because this is not small money. See, I agree with you. Getting a QTS is not a guarantee that you will get the job, but it is obviously one step ahead, because imagine if you're applying for the job with your QTS and someone else is applying for the job without QTS in a particular school. Of course, they will select you over the person without QTS. However, remember that at the moment, there is nothing official yet. It is from next year when they publish the official guideline about this, we will know whether or not to criticize this new route. Now, the third person said that he is a native language speaker and that he thinks that it's not going to work for him because they don't really teach native language in school. They will teach mostly in English. Even though that he can speak English fluently more than those that even speak English or teach in English, he feels disadvantaged, and that's why he feels this is a scam or this is not working for him. And this is quite understandable because even on the government website, what they've said now is that you have to be taught in English, you have to know how to speak English to be able to teach in English as well. So, and this person is a native language speaker and he's still teaching in native language. Say, for instance, he's teaching Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, or stuff like that. Basically, what you are saying on there is the general requirement. So, being a teacher doesn't mean that when you apply for the job in the school, you will get it, like I said before. Some schools have their own specific requirements. Some schools may be looking for a computer science teacher or a mathematics teacher. So if you're coming for the job from the political science, they don't want political science teacher now. What they want is a computer science teacher. So if you are a native language speaker, you got your degree in native language, so you got your degree in Igbo language or Yoruba language or stuff like that, I think somehow you may not be really disadvantaged. But if you were taught in that native language and you've maybe progressed to have qualifications in computer science or mathematics or stuff like that, I think you are also giving yourself some chances, at least when you bring all those qualifications or certifications, or saying that even though you were taught in this language, you are now a teacher in computer science. Because in Nigeria, I know that there are some people that got their degree in maybe in Igbo language or in English language, but right now they are computer science teachers or mathematics teachers and all. So if you can prove that even though you were taught in this language, but you are now a teacher in this other field, teaching in English, I think that should do. However, this is just my point and my perspective. I don't know what they would actually say, but I think this is just my own perspective. You just have to work your way around it. But your degree is in the native language, maybe one of those native language, and you are still teaching in that field. I think it will not be very easy because the UK, they don't teach Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and other languages at the moment. Maybe they will introduce it later. Maybe you may be advantaged if by next year they decide, oh, we want to introduce this particular language in secondary school, in primary schools. Oh, more, that's an opportunity for you. But at the moment, I think those that are going to benefit more from this are those that have certificates and those that are currently teaching in STEM field. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So if you are teaching in any of these fields, I think you would benefit more from it because they've mentioned there they need people in this area to help because that's where they are finding things more difficult. If you are in the UK currently, perhaps as an international student, I've mentioned this before, it is an opportunity for you to use. See if you can start volunteering to teach in schools or to even start teaching, or see how you can go through this QTS and see if you will get it. If you will get it, trust me, your sponsored job is around the corner. The whole point about this teaching thing is that you will get your tier 2 sponsored job and you'll be sponsored to start working in the UK, which after 5 years, you can get your indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So that's why I think if you're looking to move to the UK soon, this is an opportunity, a beautiful one for you. So for me at the moment, I don't think this is a scam on any level at all. Definitely, everybody will not get the job, even though you are a qualified teacher. But you need to keep telling yourself that if everybody will not get the job, I will get the job. Just be positive about it. Until next year, when we get the real guidelines and the real specifications and how they intend to do this, then we will know whether to criticize it or not. But let's just keep our fingers crossed and wait till next year. The other thing is that you may need to write IELTS. I know some people have been saying if you were taught in English in your country, you don't have to write IELTS. Yes, if you don't write IELTS, you may just have to get through the NARIC, assess your documents, and see if they will accept that. And you get your NARIC and you can apply with NARIC. But mostly you may need to write IELTS. But just tell yourself, no matter how difficult it is, I am going to get this. This is my turn to shine, and I must shine. It's for me, I don't think it is a scam. But if you think otherwise, or if you feel indifferent, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know your opinion. What do you think? Do you think it is good, or do you think it is not good? You guys, that's that about this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until I see you again in the next video, do take care, stay safe, and bye.